Did you think winter was over? Think again, because a massive atmospheric collision is happening right above our heads this very second, and it is about to trigger a historic, multi-day severe weather and flooding event that will target over 270 major cities across the United States. Temperatures are about to violently swing by over 40 degrees in just 24 hours for more than 100 million Americans. What happens when a frozen, stagnant atmosphere suddenly inhales boiling tropical air directly from the Gulf of Mexico? Absolute chaos. I am going to break down the exact hour these life-threatening storms and extreme temperature shifts will hit your specific neighborhood. If you wait until the 5-minute mark of this presentation, I am going to reveal the one critical region that is about to see a shocking clash of winter snow and spring tornadoes on the exact same day. You do not want to miss that part. Right now, our jet stream is completely flipping the script. It has lifted way off to the north into Canada, allowing an aggressive, relentless surge of moisture and warm air to pump directly out of the deep south. Dew points are rocketing past 65 degrees. To put that into perspective, that is the exact kind of high-octane storm fuel we normally see in late May, not the very beginning of March. This is a highly unusual setup. But before the spring fever sets in, we have a fast-moving, dangerous ice and snow threat striking the Northeast and the Ohio Valley right now. For cities like Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland, Ohio, down through Parkersburg, Morgantown, and Wheeling, West Virginia, expect a quick 1 to 3 inches of heavy, wet snow this morning. By noon today, this dangerous wintry mix pushes directly into the mid-Atlantic. If you live in Washington, District of Columbia, Baltimore, Annapolis, and Frederick, Maryland, or anywhere across northern Virginia, including Alexandria and Arlington, down through Dover and Wilmington, Delaware, your precipitation peaks between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock this afternoon. It will not last long, but it will rapidly freeze and coat the roads with black ice just in time for the evening commute. By tonight, the freezing line shifts drastically to the north. Philadelphia, Allentown, and Scranton, Pennsylvania, alongside New York City, Yonkers, and White Plains, New York, will see a quick burst of frozen precipitation before turning to heavy rain by Wednesday morning. Meanwhile, northern New England will stay completely locked in the cold air. Cities including Burlington and Montpelier, Vermont, Concord and Manchester, New Hampshire, and Portland, Augusta, and Bangor, Maine, will receive several inches of accumulating snow straight through Wednesday afternoon. Why does this matter? Because while the East Coast is dealing with the last gasping breaths of winter, a powerful shortwave trough is violently ejecting over the Rocky Mountains. This is step one of our massive, severe weather outbreak. On Wednesday, the atmosphere rapidly destabilizes across the southern plains. The threat begins at exactly 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If you are in the massive Texas corridor encompassing Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, Garland, Irving, down to Waco and Temple, extending north into Fort Smith, Fayetteville, Springdale, and Rogers, Arkansas, you are directly in the crosshairs. The peak intensity for these severe storms will strike between 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the evening. We are currently tracking a 15% probability area for severe hazards. The main threats here are destructive wind gusts reaching up to 70 miles per hour and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. The storms will push east toward Little Rock, Pine Bluff, and Jonesboro, Arkansas, and finally weaken after midnight as they approach Memphis, Tennessee. Are you caught in this dangerous path? If I have not mentioned your specific city yet, drop your exact zip code and town in the comments right now and I will reply with your custom danger timeline. Do not guess with your safety. Just when Texas thinks the coast is clear, day 4 brings a massive, unexpected plot twist. Thursday afternoon, a brand new, highly intense low-pressure system drops out of the southwest and it is much more aggressive than Wednesday's storm. The dry line sets up across the plains like a tripwire. Starting at exactly 4 o'clock in the afternoon, explosive thunderstorm development will initiate from Woodward, Enid, and Elk City, Oklahoma, plunging south through western Texas. Cities including Abilene, San Angelo, Midland, Odessa, Lubbock, Plainview, and just east of Amarillo need to be on high alert. These storms will peak from 6 o'clock in the evening until 10 o'clock at night. Large, destructive hail and isolated, fast-moving tornadoes are absolutely on the table for Thursday night. But what the computer models are showing for Friday is truly alarming, and it brings us to the exact moment I promised you. This is the 5-minute mark reveal. The wind shear values for Friday are spiking off the charts, creating a scenario where winter and spring collide violently in a matter of miles. On Friday, a massive 995 millibar low-pressure system will blast off the Front Range of Colorado, while cities like Denver, Boulder, Fort Collins, Colorado, and Cheyenne and Laramie, Wyoming, are getting blinded by heavy snowfall, freezing temperatures, and blizzard-like wind chills. A massive severe weather outbreak will ignite just a few hundred miles to their east. You will have snowplows running in the morning and tornado sirens wailing in the afternoon. Friday is without a doubt the most dangerous day of this entire weather pattern. We are looking at a highly volatile kinematic environment. We have a low-level jet stream screaming out of the south at over 50 knots, positioned just a few thousand feet above our heads. Meanwhile, the mid-level winds are rushing out of the southwest at over 80 knots. This creates extreme directional wind shear. When you combine that twisting wind energy with massive amounts of warm, humid surface air, the atmosphere acts like a tightly loaded spring waiting to snap. By 1 o'clock Friday afternoon, the threat area explodes drastically to the north. We are talking about an enormous corridor of danger spanning over 50 major metropolitan areas. If you live in Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, or Iowa City, Iowa, down through Kansas City, Columbia, Jefferson City, and Springfield, Missouri, you must have your weather alerts turned on loud. The severe threat zone plunges straight south through Topeka, Lawrence, Manhattan, and Wichita, Kansas, moving into Tulsa, Broken Arrow, Norman, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, all the way back down into the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and extending into Tyler and Longview, Texas. The exact peak window for tornadoes, giant hail, and destructive straight-line winds will begin at 4 o'clock Friday afternoon and will not end until 2 o'clock Saturday morning as the storms form a massive bowing line moving rapidly toward the Mississippi River. Please pay close attention because what happens over the weekend is going to catch millions of people completely off guard. Do not miss this next part. While the central United States is fighting off severe thunderstorms and tornadoes, the eastern half of the country is going to experience a bizarre, historic, and sudden heat wave. A massive ridge of high pressure will anchor itself directly over the eastern seaboard. Are you ready for this shocking statistic? Temperatures from the deep south all the way up to the Great Lakes will skyrocket 25 to 35 degrees above the historical average. By Saturday afternoon, Charleston and Huntington, West Virginia, could hit 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Atlanta, Augusta, and Savannah, Georgia, alongside Charlotte, Raleigh, Greensboro, and Asheville, North Carolina, will feel like the middle of June. Richmond, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach, Virginia, will see a massive spike in heat. Even cities far to the north like Cleveland, Toledo, and Cincinnati, Ohio, Pittsburgh and Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and Detroit, Grand Rapids, and Lansing, Michigan, will see temperatures soaring into the upper 60s and low 70s. The sudden spring thaw is going to melt any remaining snowpack instantly, which brings us to our next major, life-threatening hazard. The severe weather front that caused Friday's tornado outbreak is going to hit an atmospheric brick wall. It will stall out directly over the deep south. From Saturday morning straight through Sunday evening, torrential, blinding rain will continuously train over the exact same areas for over 48 hours. If you live in northeast Texas, southeastern Oklahoma, central and southern Arkansas, or northern Louisiana, you are squarely in the flood zone. We are forecasting 3 to 5 inches of standing water in cities like Shreveport, Bossier City, and Monroe, Louisiana, Texarkana, and Lufkin, Texas, and Little Rock, Hot Springs, and Conway, Arkansas. Flash flooding will begin Saturday night and reach its absolute peak on Sunday morning. Here is your step-by-step survival guide for this weekend, especially if you or your loved ones are over the age of 45. Step 1. Secure all outdoor furniture, trash cans, and loose items right now before the intense wind shear arrives on Thursday. Step 2. If you are in the Central Plains, identify your interior, windowless safe room tonight. Clear the clutter out of your hallways so you will not trip in the dark. Step 3. Ensure your mobile devices, medical equipment, and backup generators are fully charged on Thursday night before the widespread power outages begin on Friday afternoon. Step 4. Never attempt to drive through flooded roadways on Saturday or Sunday. The muddy water will be rising much faster than you can react, and it only takes 12 inches of flowing water to sweep a vehicle off the road. By Sunday afternoon, the massive system finally drags itself toward the Ohio Valley, bringing scattered severe thunderstorms to Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, Louisville, Lexington and Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Nashville, Clarksville, and Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The severe tornado threat will be lower, but isolated damaging wind gusts remain a very serious problem that could knock down power lines and aging trees. So after all of this heat, tornadoes, and flooding, you might think it is safe to pack your winter coats into the attic. Do not do it just yet. Why? Because the long-range computer models are hinting at a chilling and massive plot twist. Just as the entire country gets used to the spring heat, a massive anomaly is forming up near the Arctic Circle. The computer models are showing a potential polar vortex disruption taking place exactly 1 week from now. If this massive pool of freezing Arctic energy ejects across the middle of the country between March 9th and March 12th, it will violently clash with all this leftover tropical Gulf moisture. We could be looking at a catastrophic secondary severe weather outbreak, or a massive, shocking drop in temperatures that brings winter roaring right back into the northern tier of the United States. Could we see heavy, accumulating snow return to Chicago, Rockford, and Peoria, Illinois, Milwaukee, Madison, and Green Bay, Wisconsin, and the entire Northeast by the middle of March? The signals are absolutely there. The atmosphere is completely unstable, and this wild weather roller coaster is far from over. I will be tracking that potential polar vortex collapse and the exact timing of next week's threat in tomorrow's urgent update. You absolutely do not want to miss what the models are showing for mid-March. Drop your city and state in the comments below right now so I can give you your localized warning timeline. Stay safe out there, prepare your families today, and I will see you in the